Welcome to Africulture, hosted by yours truly, Makafui Laruba, also known as Nicole, where we dive into the amazing traditions and vibrant and rich cultures of Africa. Let's celebrate the beauty of our heritage together. This is Africulture. Let's get it started.
You are welcome to Sienna 2025. Come and have a unique experience in Dallas, Texas.
Ago na miapete milemiakpe bemiva 32nd annual Sienna Convention Le Dallas Fort Worth. Dallas. Big D. Miva yapakpom tepe. Aha. Sienna 2025. Mano bobo edolo. Miva midwaza. We want me at the Cornwall Friday evening. Sunday me our picnic. Me our church service. And all les zanzazata miniva.
Tata nyople vofonyo mi do bonso anamilo. Mi do bonso anami apata mi de kukuna mi be mi pro mi ape famille o valo. Mi pro mi ape famille o mi afa po Dallas da. Mi ado azan. Azalo.
Azase.
Azale kongbe.
Azale wa.
Welcome to Africulture, right here on Sienna TV and Chatting with Nicole. Welcome to the show, guys. I appreciate you being here. It is another Sunday. We are super grateful. You guys, do you know that it's almost the end of, it is 22nd of June today. I can't even believe how fast time is flying. And today has been flying so fast. But I am just so grateful that we are breathing today. We are alive. So welcome to the show. We are here live on Sienna TV and Chatting with Nicole, 4 p.m. Eastern, as you know, 8 p.m. GMT, every Sunday that God is going to make. We are going to be here in his name. So I thank the Lord for bringing you guys today, allowing you to join me today, allowing me to be here so that we can chat today and see what we have out there, right? So thank you very much for joining. I'm putting everything in God's hands. I'm going to be running solo today. It's just me today. Because there are questions that came and I have to answer those questions. We have to just address certain things. So we're going to discuss that today. So please stay tuned. If you know somebody, they can join, please share the link with them, allow them to join us so we can do this together. This topic I'm going to be talking about, I will love it if I can have interaction, if I can have questions, if I can have your thoughts. It will be awesome if we can do that. So invite some people to join us today. Okay, so stay there, don't go anywhere. And also let me know if you're on. You have to let me know in the comments, because if you don't, tell me what, if you don't tell me where you are calling from, if you don't use the comments, I don't know who is joining, who is online. So please do that. And I just encourage you today, specifically today, I want you to share with somebody, invite somebody to join us today. All right. Don't take this away from somebody else. All right. So stay there. Thank you very much. Nkekere kaigbea emi bava muajibe mi akpondo kpora ndakpe na mi miawezon kaka mi ojava odo egbea nyere kai le muaji egbe question do lo mira pompo so ndo nti endo question do obio me question do le nkenti e mi Africa no so nova do me fi ogbe na bo mba danu omjinala danu olo mnya emdado donc am leja discuter nkenti e mi anyonu vio mi Africa nyonu amidola mi abe vio ke mi jorola nyanku endada orola nyale kola do ola kpọwado kweji leke midora kpọwa kpọrọ wado kweji emunyi be nyɔnu okpo nyɔnuvi otsa mira kpe wanti odola nya leko la danu et puis nous suvi otsa o midola fion tsa leko la danu do parce que odola ten ola contrôle wado ko la ten ola ten kpɔwado kweji sinon wa nyɔnu hey I'm just saying. Anyway, so maybe nya mi ja glon egbe. Donc mbena mia English mi ja glon le vide tam nyo ama expliquer l'anglais mais donc mi so mi abe English be kuku so do ta egbe, okay? Enyo mi aso ni se ando yo ho have coming. Ndak pe na mi tok bim le kame gbo nyere ka po donc ande kuku na mi inviter somebody amerine bava kame kudomi et puis mi o commentaire ga ma manya fike mi le joint to make le kame ne mi o commentaire anyem le janya make le kame. Enyo merci kaka pe na mi. Hey, Sunday. Guys, so I'm just going to dive in. Today, like I said, Togbe is not here with me. Last week, I talked about, I think the week prior to this, we talked about, how our ladies, our wives, African wives are becoming Americanized to the point where they don't even want to cook their husbands. They don't want to cook for their husband. They're going to take care of their husband. Even sometimes, when they're upset of their husband, they don't cook. So we talked about how we shouldn't lose that. We shouldn't lose, the upbringing, the education that our mothers, our grandmothers, our aunties poured in us. That makes us different from every other woman. One of the things I should say makes us different than any other woman is we know how to take care of women. They taught us how to cook, how to be different. So we are created as a woman to bear children and to also, help do the household stuff, take care of our husband, honor your husband, obey your husband. I am not saying that, we on 2024, I understand that women are presidents now, women are CEOs. I get it. We can be CEOs and still be a wife. We can be a president and still do our wife's duty. I just don't like us to lose our African, this amazing, upbringing and education and amazing thing we give to, our grandparents and our parents have poured into us. That's why I talked about it last time. I said, let's still, yes, you in America, you in Asia, you in Europe, but let's still remember our upbringing. Let's still remember our African heritage. Let's still remember that. Anyway, I don't want to try to go back there. If you did not watch that video, it's the previous Sunday. Please watch it. I think it was the 8th. So I want you to African heritage. We talked about that. So it's important that we keep our African heritage. We have to continue to be different, to be up here, not just, follow everybody else. Okay. But today, what I want to do today, I want to focus on our young men. The question is, why are our African men do not like how to cook or don't know how to cook? I'm just going to do this in general. And I'm going to talk to us about why we African women, and if you're not an African, it shouldn't just be African women. It should just be all mothers. Why we should teach our young men to know how to be sufficient, to know how to make something in the kitchen, know how to do that. But before I talk about our young man, I want to focus on our young ladies. Because last time when I did this, there was one thing that I didn't focus on. I focused on how our young lady to know how heritage, how to respect elders, how not to call elders by their name, not just to say hi, but good afternoon, sir. Good morning, ma. How to respectfully respect elders and not to just call, hey, how are you? No, we are different. We have upbringing. We are serious. We have heritage that we cannot lose. So we talked about that. One thing that I did not talk about last time is to teach our young ladies how to cook. They have to know how to cook. Our culture, when we are being brought up, women, our mothers, their job was to teach us how to cook, how to take care of a husband, how to take care of our babies, how to take care of household. That was just a given because they were not thinking about school. They were just bringing us to be sufficient, to be caregivers. So here we are abroad and we are not teaching that to our children. We are not teaching our children how to cook, how to take care of household. We are slaving ourselves for our children. We are becoming maids for our children. I told you guys the example, and that was not just a random example. This was a real life. Last time when I spoke about this, a mother who said her daughter was fired from fast food restaurant because she didn't know how to wash dishes. And I almost shook her, in a good way, right? Because she said she did not want her child to feel like she was slaving her, because when she was growing up, her mother was making her do everything. And she did not want her child to feel that way. I was like, are you serious? The reason why you can stand on your own feet when your husband left you and everything is because of what your mother made you do. So you cannot deny your child that. You cannot deny your child that. Now your child out of high school and doesn't know how to wash dishes. Her whole life, this woman told me her child whole life, she never made her wash dishes, not even one time. Not even one time. She always does it for her. She always taking her, because she thought that was making her child happy, but she was denying her from being self-sufficient, from taking care of herself. So that's just one of the examples. So we have to teach our children. Our young ladies needs to know how to cook. Our young lady, they love, the Jollof fried rice. They love Jollof fried rice. They love, the banku sometimes. Sometimes they love our okra soup, but they don't know how to make it because you never taught them how to make it. So I just want to encourage all our young, mothers. We need to teach our young ladies how to cook, how to do laundry, how to do dishes, how to take care of a household, how to babysit, because they are going to have children. How to babysit, how to take care of their brothers, they're younger or older. They have to be self-sufficient. They have to be independent. They have to be responsible. Guys, I came in this country a little under 16 years old. I never have to go beg somebody or ask somebody or cry for somebody to help me or get a government, help, because I was taught to be self-sufficient. And I know when you are growing up, you feel like they are slaving you. But when you grow up, you're going to be grateful that they made you, they slaved you. I remember when I was back home, as a young person, young little girl, I have to go to the market. You come back from school, you have to go to the market and get the stuff that they need to cook. And you have to be in the kitchen and help cook. And you know how we come back from school at 12 noon. And then at 2:30, you have to go back to school. Between that 12 o'clock, you have to walk to, by 12:30, you are home, or 12:15, depending on how far your school is. You come home, instead of laying down and sleeping, you have to help in the kitchen. Before you eat, you have to help in the kitchen. You have to go to the market. You have to do all of this. While you are young, you're like, oh my God, this is hell. But today, I am so grateful for that. I am so grateful for that. So I want to encourage us, we need to teach our children self-sufficient. It is not you slaving them. It's you preparing them. It's you helping them. It is you making them, thank you tomorrow. When they grow up, they will remember that. That is what's going to get them through. So I'm just encouraging us. Before I talk to our young man, I want to encourage us that we need to teach our young ladies to cook. All these food that they love to eat, when you are cooking them, ask them to come in the kitchen and ask them to put on the phone. I mean, put off the phone, put off the gadgets, turn off the TV. And they need to come in the kitchen and watch you do it and make them talk to them. Do you know why I'm putting this? Do you know how I'm putting this? Do you know how I'm doing this? In this country, people measure everything, right? So when they are cooking, they tell you 2 tablespoons, 2 top of this, top of that, you have to measure. Me, I don't like measuring. So I can look and see how much I need in this soup. Because people will ask me, what did you put? How much did you put? I say, I cannot tell you. I don't know how much. I only know how much it needs because I am used to it. I've seen my grandparent did it. My grandmother did it. I seen them how they did it. I just learned. And I can do this without having to measure, and it's going to come out perfect because I'm used to it. So when you are doing it, when you are cooking, call your children, your young ladies, call them to watch you cook, watch you do the things that you do. When you are doing those, what do you call it? Puff. They love eating it. Show them how to do it. When you are cooking those food, show them how to do them. Our young ladies, yes, we want them to go to school. Yes, we want them to be doctors. Yes, we want them to be CEOs. Yes, we want them to be president. But they are young women. They are about, one day they're going to be mothers. One day they're going to be, wife. And even though, you want them to be a president, they still have to know how to do their household, their wife duty. As a woman, your responsibility is still there. It doesn't take it away just because you're president. It doesn't take it away. You're still a wife. So you have to do your wife duty. So, we can never go wrong teaching our young ladies how to cook, how to be self-sufficient. We have people, their children are in college, and when they come in the weekend, they only come the weekend so that their mothers can do their, laundry. Yes, they're coming home just for you to do their laundry. And you are so happy because they're coming home and they need you. You are so happy. No, they should be doing their own laundry. It's okay if they bring it. They need to do it. You should not be doing their laundry for them. They are not 5 anymore. They're supposed to be doing their laundry. So we have to teach our children how to not mix. At one point, I was so mad at my son because he was mixing everything. I said, no, this is how you're supposed to do it. They're supposed to know how to separate stuff and do dishes. But most importantly, they have to know, every young lady, especially our African young ladies, they should know how to cook, even if it's not everything. They need to know how to take care of themselves. It is so important. In everywhere they go, everywhere you go, you can be, like I say, CEO, you can be president. You can have all the money you want. It is important for them because imagine they may have $1 billion. They might be a billionaire. And one day they lose everything. When they lose everything and they don't have anything to fall back on, not just the education they have, the upbringing they have, they can't stand on their own. They'll be like, they lost everything. Like this girl, they asked her to wash dishes. She couldn't do it. Out of high school, you don't know how to wash dishes. She was complaining they have to send her home. I don't even know what she was expecting, to go there looking for money, but she couldn't do anything because her mother denied her from that. So my brothers and sisters, my family, I'm just saying, as a mother, I want to encourage us. It is our duty because our parent did it for us. That's why we are sufficient. That's why we can come in, we can travel anywhere and still live and still survive and still wake up every day. Because imagine all the stress in this country. Imagine all the stress, all the issues that we have in this country. Imagine if we did not have the upbringing that we got back home. I can speak for myself. If I did not have the upbringing that I got back home, I wouldn't have been able to make it. No, I have to just be honest. So we have to prepare our children so that when they leave, no matter what happens in their life, they're going to survive. They're going to make it. We have to educate our children. We have to give them, we want our children to be street smart. Book smart. I get it. They have to be street smart. They have to be home smart. I don't even know what to call it. The word is slipping me. They have to be home smart. They have to be smart. They have to be smart in all ways. Just book smart is not going to take them. It can only take them this far. And yes, maybe they have money. They can pay their maids to do everything. But what is the fun in that? And what is the fun in getting married and then the maid is going to cook everything? No, that's not fun. Just because you have money, you don't know how to do it. Yes, you paying everybody to do everything for you. What is the fun in that? There's no fun in that. There's a fun in your CEO wife, gets up to cook you breakfast, to cook you akple, to make you puff, to make you something to eat. That is a fun in that. That is something honoring in that. That is something you got to be proud of. But just having the maid and the cook and, you know, everybody make things for you just because you're rich, that's not helpful. That is not good enough. So I want us to teach our children to know how to cook, know how to take care of themselves, know how to take care of household, know how to take care of their younger children, knows how to stand on their own feet. It amazes me when people come, to the house to visit the young people, they're just on their phone. You ask them to pick something for you, they don't know how to do it. No, so I am blaming our young mothers, for not doing that for our children. Don't take that away from them. The upbringing that you got from back home, don't let it die in you. We have to pour it out to our children, and they have to pour it out to their children, and children to come. We cannot let it die. So our young children, our young ladies needs to know how to cook. They need to know how to take care of household. It's very, very important. So I didn't want to just jump on the young men without talking about the young ladies, because I didn't get a chance to do it on my last video. So now I'm asking, just to I want to take a quick break before we do that. But before we take the quick break, I want to remind all of you that we are on June. It is June 22nd today. That's how fast the month is going right now. So on the 28th of August, we are supposed to be in Dallas, Texas for Sienna 2025. So if you have not registered, there's no reason for you. First of all, there's no reason for you not to register. So you need to make sure that you register for Sienna 2025. I need you to register. I need you to prepare. I want to meet a lot of you this year in Dallas. I've been to Texas, many places in Texas. Oh yeah, I've been in Dallas. I was going to say I've never been, but I've been in Dallas. I know that the city, everything, I just want you guys to be there for Sienna 2020. Even if you've never been, you don't know, just come. Everything that you need. You'll be amazed. So I want you to register. I want you to come to Sienna 2025 because I want to meet you there. Those of you who have been, don't miss it this year. If you are contemplating, there's still time for you to prepare, register, and come to Sienna 2025 this year in Dallas. So we only have about 2 months. So I want you guys to get going. You don't want to miss it. They have promotions. If you register, you are going to have hot breakfast, remember? And it's just so much that we have going on. So make sure that you register. And if you can't make it, you can get refund. So you can't lose. You cannot lose. So I want just to take a minute to remind you that Sienna 2025, you need to join us. But before we talk about our young men, and I'm also going to talk about young African men who no, they're in America, I can cook. I can go to the kitchen. I want to talk to you guys as well, because that's what brought this here. Because I was asked the question, why is it that our African men do not like to go to the kitchen? I want to talk about that. Before I do, I just want to remind you of what is going on in Dallas for Sienna 2025. And I'll be right here. Please don't miss it. Don't go anywhere. Please share the link with somebody. Please invite somebody to join us. I want interaction today. I want to hear what you have to say. I want your comments. I want your feedback. I want your questions. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Hey, David Sabina, it's been a while. How have you been? Have you heard about Sienna 2025 in Dallas? It's going to be the biggest event of the year.
Oh, Pastor Martin, so good to see you. I've heard some buzz about it, but tell me more. What makes it so exciting?
Oh, where do I even begin? It's a 4-day celebration filled with culture, networking, and unforgettable experiences. Plus, they've made registration super easy.
Really? How do I sign up?
It's so simple. Just go to www.dallasaves.org. Again, www.dallasaves.org and pick your package. You can even add a $60 excursion to explore Dallas in style.
That sounds amazing. But what about hotel accommodations?
Oh, no worries. The convention registration is linked to the hotel reservation. When you register, just select if you need a hotel and the dates you'll be staying.
Oh, that is so awesome. And I don't need 2 lanes?
Yes, you will get an email from the Sheraton Hilton DFW Hotel with your reservation details and a credit card authorization form to finalize it. And the best part, you won't be charged for your room until you check out.
Oh, this is really convenient. Anything else I should know?
Yes, as if the package wasn't already great, they just announced that everyone who registers now gets a complimentary buffet-style American breakfast at the hotel.
Oh, no way. That's such a great deal. I don't want to miss out. I'm registering right away before I forget.
That's the spirit. Let's lock in our spots and make Sienna 2025 unforgettable.
Aklito kokama tuodiana go daome aklasuwe kokama yeina daoma holo poke.
Dallas doivent bouger le peuple pour l'avoir toya me reye class saga devant ma pare il bravo yo den qu'on avait Cancers of Airway Association of North America. Bobo e me kok beleji ni toye Davis abaina sia de ojo di pleji to pop bedi di ma fito fina e to poya me top wana to ke yo bana ji yigla zama won na ye yo nya manya fi tutu ma jago me toye ne ota e do kuma lene kokli be ganyan ke neza gladiade ke yo yoga fun club nya de nu dudu vovovo de kon nu vovovo haji diga dudu kla kachacha kla ma bubu to ke o pa kla wana ma bo vovovo we e jerodo ya ji komien no ko kla for Lawrence daga du ha ka vovo ne ba leke o ga fi anglon ko ne fo ya ma vava ha ama dung ne ba le bobo da le gbegbe mi ato ko nya ba mi avo agbodo ji to www.dallasairways.org aji hena nko ngolo he e dodo da ma ji bubu o ho la fi mai ka won to na te wa chia fa e kana nya je fa alo mo pe ha o fa ha to cho klon ko dodo ho la fi mai na chia fa kana nya zoro dodo ya o ji boko a je fa alo hotel on to bugo ga chia ka klon to email ji hena dodo su sia wo anya me kwa wu je dodo ya nkle for Lawrence daga du ha fi da mo si kwa ka popo ha gere me rekle ba bia ya ba nya te pe o nya ba ne nya nglon ko hena vava ko ke je nan ding dudu fama here a fi ma de me ba ma kwa la mi ha fi he nya te pa tutu tue o nya ai da dia nya do le ka bia me kwa kama na na mi akata mi nya ba mi ato bi hena nko ngolo ka ba he amina na ma de nya te pa ton to agbo na mi fofo ma no mi to e ba ngolo ko ka ba o ngule susu ya o na nya ko ma dro je fa ya kwa nding dudu fama ke ali no fa e kenya nyi bubu ke gala ma dro je fa ya nha nya never atewa mlo nyi fa ba do jojo we have na ifa ha bala amia to kwa o ami va ni mi adu pa ya ma sia na zala chododo mabo vovovo o me he akpa na mi
Yawe mi kona kwagama to bitra moro. Yawe mi kona kwagama to bitra moro. Lelele bitra moro. Lelele.
Welcome back to Africulture on Sienna TV, right here on Chatting Monaco at the same time. I appreciate you coming back. As you guys saw, there's, I am very, very excited and waiting to meet you guys and, in Dallas on the 28th or the 29th, whichever date that you come here, you come to Dallas. I'm looking forward to seeing you. So please don't miss it. Again, welcome back to, Chatting Monaco. I am running solo today. I am solo today. And there's a question that we are discussing today. We are talking about why we should raise our children the right way, how we should teach our young ladies how to cook, how to take care of themselves, how to be self-sufficient. The question was about the young people, young men, our men, husbands, or African men, but I cannot just jump on African men or young men without talking about young ladies, because we have a lot of young ladies who do not know how to cook. All we focus about is just their education. We want them to be CEOs. We want them to be doctors. We want them to be scientists, but we don't think about the fact that at the end of the day, they're going to be mothers at the end of the day. At the end of the day, they're going to have to take care of a husband. At the end of the day, they're going to have to do motherly duties, wife duties. There are wife duties they have to do at the end of the day. And there's no fun in only just, having a maid or, a chef cook for you all the time. Even if you have money, at one point you can go to the kitchen and make something special for your husband. You know what I mean? Make something special for your children. At one point, there's a something special about bringing your children to the kitchen and showing them something your mother showed you, something your grandmother showed you how to make. So there's something special in that we don't want to lose our upbringing. We don't want to lose our African heritage. And this is not just African women. This is just all of us, African, not just African young ladies. We should teach our young ladies how to cook. It's just, you'll never go wrong teaching your children how to cook, how to be self-sufficient, because that $1 million they may lose it at one point. When they lose it, they have to have something to fall back. They have to have their family heritage, where they come from, your upbringing, what you have thrown into their body, their mind, their soul, their mind, that they will never let go. They're still going to land on their feet. I promise you. So it is important that we do that. So I talked about our young ladies. Now I want to talk about why we should also teach our young men to cook. We should teach our young men, because it is nowadays, all the women, they want to be, they focusing on, we're just talking about teaching our young ladies. Today, those ladies that we have, young ladies, they're not focusing on how to cook, how to take care of husband. They are focusing on how to be CEOs. I kept saying CEOs. How to be doctors, how to be scientists, how to go to the moon, how to be a president. So most of them, they are focusing on their career. They're not focusing on taking care of your son. I'm just saying, they're not focusing on feeding your child. They're focused on, most of them are focusing on themselves. What can my husband do for me? Nowadays, women, there's so much selfishness going on. Women are not focusing on, oh, when I marry you, how am I going to take care of you? No, when I marry you, how are you going to take care of me? I'm just saying, because I'm a woman, right? So women are not there waiting, prepare to take care of your sons. No, even African wives now, that's what we were talking. We talked about African wives just, 2 Sundays ago. They are not even focusing on taking care of your son. So that's why I want you to teach your young sons how to cook, so that when the time comes, when they marry this beautiful lady just because she's beautiful, and she doesn't know how to cook, they can be self-sufficient. They can take care of themselves. That's the main reason I want us to teach our children, our young men to cook, because the young ladies now, they don't know how to cook, or they are Americanized. They don't want to do that anymore. There are people who are saying, I don't want my husband to know I know how to cook, because they feel like if they know their husbands know how to cook, they're going to be slaving them. They're going to want them to cook. I know that's crazy. That is crazy to hear. But our young men, when you teach them how to cook. When they know how to make something, to make eggs and to make rice and especially the things that they love to eat, right? Because at the end of the day, they want to cook and take care of themselves. If the woman is not there, if the wife is having a fit, if the wife is having a hormone issues, or she's just upset about something, he can go into the kitchen and make something for himself. So we want to teach our young man how to cook, because it's going to come a point where the wife is not there, or the wife does not know how to cook, or the wife refused, or they're not married, whatever the reason, or the wife traveled, whatever the reason, we want to teach our young men to be self-sufficient. They need to know how to cook, because if your wife, if the wife knows that their husband know how to cook, they can take care of themselves, they won't be so easy to say, I'm not going to cook, I'm not going to clean, I'm not going to wash his clothes, as a punishment to them. Because I say some women, they will refuse to help you. They will refuse to do things for their husband, to punish them, right? And when they're fighting, like, I'm not going to cook today, it's to punish them. It's food that they're not going to eat, and they're going to need them. But if they know that my husband, he knows how to take care of himself. He can cook, he can do this, he can do that. He doesn't need me. Oh, he's going to take care of him. He's going to take care of him, because he knows that if I'm not there, he's not going to miss me, because he can take care of himself. Because sometimes we fight and we say, oh, women will pay separation. I'm going to leave, because they know if they left, the man is going to suffer. If they leave, the man is going to suffer because he can't do anything on his own. He can't even, do iron his own clothes. He doesn't even know how to make his own tie. That's why I'm saying we need to teach our guys. I'm just saying what I'm saying here. We need to have our African heritage. There is a reason why, as Africans, our parents taught us, they've given us upbringing that we can never lose. There's a reason why the Bible says, raise your children the way they should go, and they should never depart from it. There's a reason why we should be raising our young men. And I know in our African culture back home, they'll say young men are not supposed to be in the kitchen, not supposed to be cooking. I get it, because you are supposed to be the maître de la maison or whatever household. You are supposed to be the head of household. The woman is supposed to be the one cooking and taking care of the babies and doing all of that. I get it. But we are abroad. We are traveling. We are other people's countries. We are not home anymore. And we are marrying other race. We are marrying to other women. And our African women, we are marrying to, they are Americanized or Europeanized. And I mean, they don't want to do it. Either way, we have to teach our young men how to make their food, how to make food, at least the basics. They need to know the basic. They know how to turn on the stove. They need to know how to heat their food. They need to know what goes into what. They need to know how to boil eggs. They need to know how to make sandwich. They need to know how to stand on their own feet. Our young man needs to know how to do laundry. They need to know how to, when the wife is not there, how to take care of everything else. Because it is super important. They have to be self-sufficient. Our young men has to be self-sufficient. So mothers and fathers, I know you're teaching your children how to be a house, head of a household. Education, it's important. How to be responsible, it's important. How to protect their family, it's important. All of that is a trade for a man. At the same time, when that falls, at the same time, when the wife is not there, or the wife cannot do it, I don't know what is bothering me here. The wife cannot do it. They should be able to take care of themselves. They should be able to take care of themselves. Yes, they may have money to go to the restaurant all the time, but what is the fun in, going to the restaurant all the time? There's so much to when you can actually make something at home. Take care of yourself. Take care of your elderly parent. Imagine you have, your young man, now you are not so young anymore and you need help. They can't even help you. We have to teach our children so that they know how to help their wives when their wives are sick. Husbands, they have to take care of their wife when their wife are sick or when their wife are going through something. When the wife is not there, they have to be able to know, what does the child eat? How can I take care of the child? How can I do this and do that? Yes, you may have to hire somebody, but nobody's going to take care of your children like yourself. Nobody's going to take care of your husband's stomach like yourself. Nobody's going to take care of your wife's stomach like yourself. So it's important that not just our young lady to know how to cook, but our young men also know how to be self-sufficient. They need to rely on their own. They need to know that no matter what you do, you can leave whatever you want, whatever you do, I'm still going to stand on my own feet. I have the money. I can hire a chef to cook for me. I can hire a maid to clean for me. I can also do it myself. I can do it. If there's nobody there to do it, I can do it. I can take care of my own self. So I just want to encourage us that we cannot let our heritage die. We cannot let our heritage die. There is a good reason why we have this African heritage. There's a perfect reason why our mother did not just have us and let us play outside and not teach us, how we should take care of the kitchen, what to do in the kitchen. There's a reason. And we don't want to take that for granted. We don't want to lose it. We don't want to waste it. That's the word. We don't want to waste it. So guys, if you're online, I do not want to know who is online, where you're joining from. I do want to know if you have any questions. So this has to be interactive. I want you to share the link with everyone. I want you to let me know if I'm off, right here, or what I'm saying right here, it makes sense. I want to hear from you. But teaching our young ladies to cook and be self-sufficient, teaching our young men to be self-sufficient. I promise you, when you do that, they are never going to regret it. They are going to thank you for it for the rest of their life. Because when you do it for them and they appreciate it at the end of the day, they're going to do it. They're going to leave it for their children too. And their children go out to appreciate you, appreciate their mother, appreciate their father, appreciate you for teaching them to be able to do that. So I don't want us to lose this chance. I don't want our children, having this degree, this diplomas, and this, doctorate. And then at the end of the day, they can't even take care of themselves. Or as soon as they lose what they used to have, they can't stand on their own feet anymore. You don't just want your child to be your young lady to turn to become a president and not know how to take care of his, her husband. You don't want your young son to become a president and not know how to take care of his wife when something happened to the wife. Don't know how to take care of the children when something happened to the wife. You know what I mean? You want them to stand on their own. And most importantly, you don't want any woman to treat your wife, your young man, your sons wrong. You don't want any woman to take advantage of your son, right? You don't want any women to deny yourself and say to mistreat your sons because they can't do anything. You don't want your young any woman to make your husband go to sleep, to make your sons go to sleep hungry. You don't want that. You want your sons to take care of themselves, to be able to take care of themselves. When the wife says no, when the wife is having attitude, they should be able to take care of themselves. So that's why I'm saying we have to prepare our children, not just the young ladies, but the young men. They have to know how to cook. They have to know how to take care of household. They have to know how to stand on their own feet. They have to know that wife duty does not go away just because you're a CEO, just because you're a president. You are still a wife. And it's important that we have our heritage, our beautiful and rich heritage. We cannot let it die. We cannot let it die. We have to carry on. So it's important for us to do that. All right. So again, let me know. Let me see if I have anybody. I have Justin always. I have my brother Fuseni today joining me from Togo. So Fuseni, always on. Merci beaucoup. So I have my brother and I have Justin. So I can always have, either if I don't have my brother, I have Justin online. So Justin, merci beaucoup. You say, I think even boys must learn. Yeah, you are ahead of me. I was already there. So Justin, yes, even boys. That's why I think Justin sent this comment when I was talking about the young ladies. So you are right there. So you are right. Even, young boys. That's why I'm saying young boys needs to know how to learn, how to cook, how to take care of themselves. So I have two people. If you're online, please, you have not sent a comment. Let me know where you're joining from. Invite somebody, share this link to somebody else, and please join me. And please make sure I've been filling in on Siana Central on Saturdays. Now I did it last Saturday, did it this Sunday, yesterday. Please join us on Siana Central for the series. We are doing series where we are interviewing the Siana candidates, the candidates for Siana positions. We are interviewing them. So I want you to join us. Next Saturday, we have another candidate, the VP candidate from DC. She's going to be joining us. So please join us on Siana Central as well. So I'm going to be filling in for a few of those shows. So episodes, I call it. So make sure that you join us next Saturday at 11:30 Eastern time. Thank you very much. So I talked about young ladies, and now I am going to talk about our men. So I was asked this question: why is it that our African men always refuse to go to the kitchen or refuse to cook? I know that our African men, some of them, I'm gonna do big. Some of them we're gonna say ekonu benyinao. Ekonu, how do you? It's forbidden for them to cook. Some men might say that it's forbidden for them to cook. I get it. I don't know, but it may be a forbidden thing, or it may be a cultural thing. It may be, I don't know. I also know that there's nowhere in the Bible that said that cooking should be a man's job, or cooking should not be a man's job. And nobody say that. All I know is we're living in a modern world today. And I know that, and I always preaching that our young ladies should be young ladies. They should know their wife duties. They should do what they're supposed to do. They should not leave. I just talked about that. We should not, forget about our African heritage, our upbringing. We should not lose that. So I talked about that. So, and I also just talked about how we should teach our young men to cook and to be self-sufficient, so that a woman is not going to take advantage of him or abuse him or refuse him, deny him, his akple, if he wants to eat akple. And this woman say, I'm not cooking your akple today. I want the young man, the husband, to be able to cook their own akple, you know what I mean? To do their own thing and go to the kitchen and know what to do and know where the flour is, what to do, and cook their own and eat and sit down and eat. So that's self-sufficient that I'm talking about, right? So if we're talking about, we are going to talk about, why do men, and I know some of them is just pride. It's just simple as that. Some African men, it's just pride. They just proud. They don't want to have a wife and then go to the kitchen and cook. That's simple as that, So because they are raised, because our parents, did not do it that way. Our fathers did not cook, so they don't want to go and cook themselves. You have to cook for them because you are their wife. I get it. I get the old mentality, and I get that the responsibility. I understand that. So the reason is because their parents did not do it, and they were raised to be responsible and be a head of a household, and a wife's supposed to cook for them. So when you are like, I have a wife, why would I go cook? But, all I'm saying is if we teach our young men to go cook, if we teach them as young age, then they should go cook. They should be able to take care of themselves when the wife is not there. Or you just want to surprise your wife. It's her birthday, it's Mother's Day, and you just want to do something special for your wife. You should be able to cook, not just order. You may have money to order things, but there's something special about you taking your time, going to the kitchen, and making this special, even if it's just, a what do you call it? Cocoa like bouillie, something you can make for her special. There's something in giving something special to your wife instead of having to buy something special. Making something your own, yourself with your hands, is different than spending money for something for your wife. And especially when your wife is sick, you have to be able to take care of your wife when she's sick. You have to be able to do all of that. So it is just important for our young man. I'd get it. If it's a forbidden in your household or in your tribe or whatever, maybe you can find out why. But we should not just say we live abroad. We know women are working and men are working. Sometimes women are working even longer shift than men. If that's the case, you have to help your wife. That's what you have to help your wife. If your wife is working 13-hour shift, 16-hour shift, 19-hour shift, and then she comes home and you still expecting her to go to the kitchen and cook, that I don't agree with. That I don't agree. So we should help them. Just because they are women doesn't mean you have to be slave. So we have to have an understanding. So if your wife is having long shift and she's not just home all the time, and she's working, she's tired or she's sick, we should be able to take care of them instead of having to call somebody or order food. I get it. If you order food, it's okay, but there's the difference. When you go, you take your time, you go to the kitchen and cook for your daughter. I mean, your daughter, even the kids. You cook for the kids or cook for your wife. There's something special about that. So we should not be using the fact that our mothers did not do it, our fathers did not do it, or because how you were raised back home, and hold on to that here. There are things that we should hold on to, and there are things we should change. and helping your wife is one of those things we should change. We should be open-minded now. We should be able to, to cook a breakfast to your African wife. Yes, we are African, but you can still, as an African man, you can still make make cocoa, make a what do you call it? And I don't know if you can do puff. I kept saying puff. You can, bake chicken, bake, tilapia. Do something special for your wife. It's special when it coming from you, when you actually can put on apron and just go to the kitchen as a man and say, you know what, today I got you. Today, have a seat. Let me take care of you today, and just cook something for the whole family. There's something special about that. So it is not that, those who are asking the question, it's not that why do they, some, like I say, some people, it may be something in their home. They should not do it. That's different. But if you know how to do it, you should do it. If you don't know how to cook, I understand. That's why you should, the wife should teach you. You guys can cook together so that you can learn. But, we can't just say that because I marry you, because I have a wife, and because I live in America, I cannot, no matter how many hours you cook, I will not go to the kitchen. I will not even get water for myself. I will not boil eggs. I will not even heat up my food in the microwave. You have to do it for me. I don't believe in that. We should all help each other based on the situation, because of what is going on in the household. So we need, my main topic here, the main point here is we need to teach our young men and young ladies how to cook, how to be self-sufficient. They need to be healthier, because not just what I'm talking about, knowing how to cook for young men and young ladies, it is healthier. It not just self-sufficient, but it's healthier lifestyle. Home cooking meals are generally healthier and more nutritious than any fast food restaurant anywhere. Financial savings, that it comes with financial saving. There are benefits, comes with not just self-sufficient, not just living healthier life, but there is a financial savings here. Cooking at home is significantly cheaper than eating out all the time. Imagine your sons, they are going to save a lot of money to send to you, to give to you, to buy things for you, and one thing that I know, it is attractiveness. Attractiveness and confidence. When young ladies meet your young man and they know that they know how to cook, there's something special about it. Knowing how to cook is an attractive skill that, and boosts self-confidence, because you're not gonna rely on your wife all the time. You're not gonna rely on somebody all the time to cook for you. You know how to do it. And also teaching our children how to do things on their own, not just, book smart, street smart, and home smart. I call it lifestyle. It's life skill. Cooking, cleaning, budgeting, and grooming are essential for a lifestyle. Like I'm telling them to clean, to, what do you call it? You have to clean, you have to hygiene, all of that. It is life skill. Cooking, cleaning, budgeting, and grooming yourself, knowing how to present themselves, how to wear clothes, how to be like, essential life for adulthood. We are teaching them not just to be book smart, not just to be street smart, but they need to be, this is the life skill that we are putting into our children. Creativity and expression, really, you have to be creative. If you teach your children, like right now, if I go to the kitchen, whatever I have, I can make something out of it. That is creativity. You have to show your children whatever they have, they can make something out of it. It shows them cooking allow, all of these creativities and personal expression through food. It is very, very important. Mental health, if they're going through, they can use this. If they're going crazy at home, the social media, the wife, everything, they can use that for mental health. Just be in the kitchen and do something distract themselves from it. So it is just, I'm telling you, there's so many reasons why teaching your young ladies, teaching your young men to know how to cook. There's so many benefits that nobody can take away from them. So I just want to encourage us mothers. We need to teach. If you have not done it, please think about it. If you have not done it and you have young ladies, you have young men, you have nieces, you have nephews, please think about teaching them how to cook, how to take care of themselves, how to be self-sufficient. Prepare them for tomorrow. Because the education can only take them so far. The rest is going to be coming from you. The rest is going to be something that will never die. Something that you're going to give to them that will never die. So I just want to encourage everyone to do that. Let's think about it. I'm going to table it here. I'm going to come back because this is not the end. I'm going to come back so that we're going to talk more about this. But I thank you all for joining us. I want you to share the link with everyone you know. And I want to know if there's any comments, any questions, please send it to me. You can still, if you know you have aunties, you have young men and young ladies, I want you to share the link with them. Please share the link with them so that they can join us. They can listen and watch and join us next Sunday. We are here again. I'm going to be on Saturday with Efo Steve on Sienna Central right here on Sienna TV. We're going to be 11:30. We're going to be on at 11:30 interviewing the Sienna candidates. And I'm going to be here next Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. GMT. And please, if you have not subscribed, do me a favor, subscribe, share this video, like, and also check out the rest of the videos. But I want you guys to be here, share with everyone. Let me know of your thoughts. And I want you to stay tuned. Do not forget about Sienna. I'm going to leave with some of the Sienna commercials. We have to, prepare for Sienna. So I don't want you to miss it. I want you to be here. I want to see you in Dallas. This time I want to find something that will talk at least in French for some of you who are watching, so that you can get all the, if you did not understand what it was said in the commercial, I'm going to play the French version for you guys. And remember, Agboti Yao is going to be in Dallas this Sienna as well. So you don't want to miss it. So I want you guys to stay tuned for next Saturday and Sunday. So I want you guys to stay tuned. But again, stay safe and blessed. And I'll see you guys on the next one.
Hey David, as-tu entendu parler de Sienna 2025 à Dallas? Ce sera le plus grand événement de l'année.
J'en ai entendu parler, mais dis-moi davantage, Richard. Qu'est-ce qui le rend si extraordinaire?
Oh, par où commencer? C'est une célébration de 4 jours remplis de culture, de réseautage et d'expériences inoubliables. Et en plus, ils ont rendu l'inscription super facile.
Vraiment? Comment puis-je m'inscrire?
C'est simple. Il suffit d'aller sur www.dallasairways.org et de choisir ton forfait. Tu peux même ajouter une excursion à $60 pour explorer la belle ville de Dallas en style.
Ça a l'air génial. Mais qu'en est-il de l'hébergement à l'hôtel?
Pas de souci. L'inscription à la convention est liée à la réservation d'hôtel. Lorsque tu t'inscris, il te suffit de sélectionner si tu as besoin d'un hôtel et les dates de ton séjour.
Oh, très intéressant. Et je n'ai même pas besoin de 2 liens.
Pas du tout. Tu recevras un email du Sheraton DFW avec les détails de ta réservation et un formulaire d'autorisation de ta carte de crédit pour la finaliser. Et le meilleur, tu ne seras facturé pour ta chambre qu'au moment de ton départ.
C'est vraiment pratique. Y a-t-il autre chose que je devrais savoir?
Eh oui, comme si le forfait n'était pas déjà incroyable, ils viennent d'annoncer que tous ceux qui s'inscrivent maintenant bénéficieront d'un petit déjeuner américain, buffet et gratuit à l'hôtel.
Je n'en crois pas mes oreilles. C'est vraiment une offre spéciale. Je serai de la partie et je m'inscris.
Et ben voilà, réservons-nous maintenant, réservons nos places tout de suite et rendez-vous à Sienna 2025. Ce sera inoubliable.